Hey everybody, we are actually
Well, I've been sitting here on this dock by the bay, watching my blue skies turn to gray. Didn't know if I should run or stay, so I pulled up Mike's weather page, 'cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Well, I admit that I had one or a few, 'cause I was down and I was feeling blue. But then I clicked on Mike's fan page. I saw all my friends now, I'm okay. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. We all know Mike's a real fun guy. He'll track the storms as they blow by. But when the drunk donkey comes out to play, Miss Julie, take his phone away. 'Cause Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Not sure what the gusts are, but
well, there's Louie and Hunter. No telling what they're gonna do.
I think we're
you know
he's
got more than 1 million fans. Yeah, 'cause now Mike's weather page, you know he's got the
trying to keep the camera from getting wet.
Mike's weather page is only a click or two away. Mike's weather page, you know he's got the news to keep you safe. Mike's weather page is only a click or two away.
Hey. Yeah. I like that song. Oh, it's a good one. We got the best MWP family. Andy Simmons writing me all those awesome songs. For sure, for sure. Taco Tuesday. Louie came up on my lap, so he gets 2 days in a row. He was up there on my paws waiting to get up before, so I'm like, okay, Louie, since you want to be on TV, it's your turn to be on TV. So... Oh, hey, yeah, let me get it out of the way. It is my birthday. 50. There's a song by Kid Rock I've been waiting for years to play. Google Kid Rock 50. I can't play it on air. I would get banned by the FCC. Oh, my God. So thank you, everybody. I know there's a bazillion people saying hello. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. It goes downhill fast, right, Lance? But it's a beautiful day. Lots of blue sky and crisp, cool air. And a new beginning for Emily today, starting up a new high school, and kind of excited about that. So, yeah, it'd be a big day. Big special day. So, I'm sharing it with you all. No place else I'd rather be. Talking weather. I fired up the old space heater this morning. The old heater that's been to Talladega. It's been sitting on the back porch for probably 10 years. It's all rusted out. I've had to fix the top a couple times. Sheet metal screw it in. And guess what? It fired right up this morning. And I love sitting on the patio furniture with the heater on. Right? It's a long tradition here. It's just silly things that Floridians get excited about. So, but it was cute. The girls were great. First thing Sarah did when she woke up, she screamed, "Happy birthday, Daddy!" That was so nice. And then Emily bought some Hey Dudes yesterday at the mall, and she was so excited because she wanted me to have a pair of Hey Dudes shoes, and she wanted to give them to me last night. She was like a little kid at Christmas, and that's cool, man. You know, because when you buy somebody a gift that you're excited about, I mean, I can buy shoes, you know. But she was so excited to give them to me this morning. First thing she did when she woke up, she said, "Can I give you your present now?" And she was proud of them. So made me happy that she was happy to buy me some shoes. So I'm wearing some Hey Dudes. What's up, Miss Shelley Parker? Thanks for all the birthdays. Thanks, Lance. It's cold, chilly, and we're gonna talk about weather. We got a little bit of tropics to talk about. Believe it or not, it's not over yet. We got some cold weather. We got some storms coming next week. I want to dive into, and we'll go from there for sure. For sure. All right, so who am I real quick? Of course, I'm Mike's weather page. We do our little daily brew. Not a real meteorologist. Just put that disclaimer out there. People like to point out that and tell all of you, why do you follow some dumb ass? That's basically. So I'm not a real meteorologist, but I do have some great sponsors, one of them being ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. So to all the experts out there that tell people that they shouldn't listen to me, that's great. I'll just go to ABC and buy a bottle of Jack. So anyway, our Daily Brew is brought to you by great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. Shout out to the one up there in Crystal River. Just missed that bad tornado. I was up there checking out your all's store for Sean and some of the marketing crew there. They were, the city was shut down, and literally 3 buildings beside ABC was completely almost destroyed. So ABC just missed that bad tornado up in Crystal River a couple days ago. A couple cool pictures I wanted to share since I love Smokies, and everybody knows that we chase snow. This is the live webcam up in the Smokies right now. Klingman's Dome, if you've ever been up that way. Look. Snow on, I guess those are pine trees. Louis, what are these? Over here, Louis, look right here. Are those pine trees? But anyway, that's a live look. Look at that beautiful blue sky up in the Smokies. That's a live picture. Snow on the trees. Here's another picture from the Smokies. This is the newfound gap camera, the tippy top of the bridge on 441. There's trees with snow on them. Beautiful morning. Wish I was there. There's another picture, a little lower elevation, but look at the color. The fall leaves are in bloom, or not bloom, but the opposite of bloom. But beautiful fall colors in the Smokies. So man, what a if anybody's up there, what a great day to be up there, right? You got a little bit of snow, you got some fall foliage. I mean, come on, doesn't get no better than that. So jealous. There's been some years that we went up there and they didn't even have snow. Could be a sign of things to come. Craig, great opening, Port Charlotte. Maybe. I don't mean to whine about them, but anyway. All right, here we go. Say bye-bye. Say bye. Louis' best thing he loves to do, I hold him by his butt right here. Look at him. I don't want to show you his butt, so we'll just kind of stop right here, but look at him. He'll sit like this for hours. What do you think, buddy? You love your daddy? Everybody thinks I give medicine before we go live. This is low temperatures this morning. We did have a 39-degree morning in Florida, people. Just north of Pensacola. 39 degrees near Pace, Milton. Anybody live up that way? 39 degrees officially this morning. We had a 39-degree day in Florida already. Unbelievable. Oh, man. Thanks for all the birthday wishes, everybody. I really do appreciate it. I don't like to share that kind of stuff, but Blue Ridge is now closed because of snow, Belinda said. Beth, yeah. Dennis Phillips likes me. That's funny. I love that guy. The funny thing about Dennis, like we just had our Louis in the morning. Dennis and I have texted each other actually, and I have to apologize sometimes because my fans are loyal, his fans are loyal. They'll start fighting. You ever see two weather groups fight? Like Dennis Phillips' page, he'll say something that our crew thinks was directed to me, and they'll go over there, man, and they'll go on the defensive, man. And he's like, "Whoa, calm your people down." Oh, and then, oh my God. And then I'll say something and people are like, that's why we like rule number 7 guy. He doesn't hype. And I'm like, look at that. You're getting it too. So I think it's awesome. Oh, man. So we had a 39 degree day. I think we got down to about 50 close to me. Tampa's always a little bit warmer than Oldsmar, but there's your official low temperatures today. 57 is officially near the Gulf. We're up here by the preserve, so we're always a little cooler. I think we got down to 54, actually. 56 here in Safety Harbor. So let's see how cold did it get down in Miami this morning. It did not make it. Well, it did make it 50. You might have got down to 59. 59 in North Miami. So there was a couple 59s down in Miami. Pembroke Pines, 57. So yeah, how about that, huh? It got chilly in the middle of the state, 53, 49 here, right at Highlands Glades County, 49 here, north of Venus. I didn't know we had a Venus. I wonder if they sell fly traps. Man, how about that? So cold, cold, cold. Guess what? Tonight's even colder. Tonight's even going to be colder than today. So tonight will be even a little bit chillier. So here's a look at the satellite. Let's talk about the weather. We have an old front right here, draping down. We got some convection down here in the Western Caribbean, not showing any sign of development. Bringing us some rains to Central America, Belize, and around the Yucatan there. It's going to pick up a little bit. It's going to bend back towards the north a little bit throughout the week, so you might get some more rains in this neck of the woods. We have Invest 94, which is a big blobby mess that is going to try to organize. Most of the tracks have it just clipping maybe the Caribbean on its exit out of here. A tug and a turn. I think that'd be an awesome shirt. Tug and turn. This is the old frontal line right here. You can kind of see it. That's it, man. You know, we're going to talk about potential tropical areas to watch, but let's talk about Invest 94. We got a lot of people in the Caribbean watching. Here's the latest 8 a.m. Slowing that little turn to the north. Caribbean's still in it. Weaker goes west. Canadian and Euro are showing a little weaker system going a little farther west. A little more rain chances. It would be end of the week here in a couple days. Big blobby mess, so they're still concerned about flooding. NAC still at, what, 80% this morning, I think? Still 80%. So that, you know, it could be Tammy. Remember Tammy Faye Baker? My mom had a shirt that said, I ran into Tammy at the mall, and it was a big blob of makeup. Remember that? Dennis gives candy. We give shots. Chris comes to our house. Dennis is the man. Dennis is the man. Colder tonight. Not colder, maybe by like 1 degree, Shelly. 1 degree. So, Shelly, you got your studio done, I read, huh? Just in time for one more storm chase this season? So there's that. Here's the latest spaghetti models on tropicaltidbits.com. These just came out. These are your 12Z morning models. Getting kind of close to the islands as always. This forecast has not changed. If it develops any faster, any stronger, likely it'll pull a little north and miss y'all. Do y'all say y'all? do you all say y'all in the Eastern Caribbean? I don't know. So there you go. Let's look at some actual models here for our friends in the Caribbean on Invest 94. We'll start out with GFS here. And while we're at it, we'll look at everything at once. And there's nothing else cooking. But here's the GFS showing a developing system on approach. This is Thursday. Curve, strong system, 980. Curves, misses, maybe a little bit of rain, but that's about it. Misses Bermuda. Good news on the GFS, right? And long range down the road, end of the month. Who the hell knows? Off and on, every other day you get something popping up down here, but nothing's solid enough to talk about. Euro, trouble. You're in trouble. here is the latest 6Z. This is Friday morning. So again, timing is the same. There's a weak system, 1008, very weak. Very weak. So the Euro's on a weak trend, just rains. So we can still see some heavy rains, nearing Thursday and Friday, but the Euro is not showing anything. Good news, right? Canadian, 993 on approach, gets kind of close there on Friday, 984, and then there's that big curve. So that's all, it's all how fast it develops. Potential for a hurricane, yeah. But the chances of a hurricane not turning are a little low. So you kind of want to cheer for this to get strong and hope that it curves. Very rare, though, for a late October Cape Verde season. Very, very, very rare to see this late season storm in the Caribbean, possibly. But it's going to curve. And down the road, like I said, I don't know. We're going to talk about this general area, but there's nothing to worry about yet. All right. And then our icon showing you a weak system. Yay! This is Friday, 1008 millibar. Yesterday it showed 1007 millibar. So really not a lot of confidence on nothing too strong. I mean, weaker west, stronger north. So definitely, rains are very possible. Even maybe Puerto Rico, Thursday, Friday, and maybe some Saturday. So yeah. Hurricane-specific models. The H-Wharf here showing a pretty strong system, as it usually does. I mean, it goes from 1,005 to a 954. Usually the H-Wharf is pretty darn good with intensity. That's a huge. Wednesday, 1,005. Thursday, 980. Friday, 950. I don't know. Strong goes north, though. So if that does happen, good news, right? HAFSA, like it was yesterday, complete opposite, sloppy mess. Oh no, it actually develops it. Ooh, sorry about that. That was weird. It actually popped it down here by Southern. God, where is that? I don't know what the hell it does, but anyway, yeah, it could be a little trouble right here. So, it's been bouncing around. This was definitely probably a possibility more than anything. Would be a tropical storm, stronger on the strong side, Friday into Saturday. So that's interesting. Not too organized. 995, peaking around 982, but then it weakens right before. So that's one particular model that's been bouncing around. Let's see, last night 00Z. Nothing. Totally nothing. So take that last one with a grain of salt. When models are bouncing around like this, it's not 100%, but it is a possibility. So yes, that's why we keep saying Eastern Caribbean needs to watch. AFSAB, strong system close to the Caribbean. So yeah, here's your spaghetti models. So yeah, I don't know, man. It's gonna be really close. It's gonna be a close. Weaker west, wet, stronger should go north, but man, they're getting closer and closer to the islands. So nothing's changed. Definitely need to watch it. But as of now, I got all these great satellite imagery and stuff on here from their designated floaters, and just not a lot of organization right now. So the slower it takes, the more west it's going to go. And right now I don't even know where the hell it's at. Is that it right there? Where is it? Yeah, it's that little guy right there. So there you go. It's kind of sloppy. Got a little circulation at 850 though. So this is basically it right here. That area. So for sure, definitely keep watching. I don't like the way those two look, the last couple H8Fs. So the halves B, pretty strong little system. This is more of a hurricane getting close to the islands here. Timing would be late Friday into Saturday morning. Halves A, the latest one. No, not the one that we just from overnight. Overnight didn't show anything. Halves A kind of makes it a strong tropical storm. This would be Friday night on approach. H-Wharf strong, but it doesn't even get it near the islands, so that's good news. So yeah, it's going to be something to watch, unfortunately. Still not named yet. It'd be Tammy. GFS totally misses the islands. The Euro, hopefully if you're a Euro fan, it's not popping up. Oh, there it is, 16. Euro fans, very, very, very weak. 2007, so yeah, there's still not a model, you know. But some of your intensity models, you know, there's a few bouncing up the Cat 1 range, so I would definitely say northern part of the islands there needs to be pretty much on alert. I kind of missed that one this morning. Some of the models are trending a little bit stronger and a little bit more west. So you're going to keep an eye on it. All right? We'll do a little post on it later on that. All right. So we got nothing else in the tropics. So let's talk about more about tropics. So, you know, I know it's like a broken record, but I need to bring it up. So CC pizza. CC's sea surface anomalies are still warm. 3 to 4 degrees above normal in spots. This is the 30-year average where the temperatures normally are in 81 to 2010. So, you know, Caribbean's always a spot to watch. 2 to 3 degrees above normal. Even on normal years, there's spots to watch when it's white, so we're above normal. Ocean heat potential map. This is ocean heat content map, that is OHC. Very, 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 very warm water. This is how deep it goes. So those two things right there make you keep watching. I noticed that this morning. We're going to be entering an enhanced phase of the MJO. We haven't talked about the MJO much all year. I don't think anybody has. If the tropics had any little window left to try to do anything, it would be when it's blue. Blue is more rising air enabling thunderstorm activity. We've seen it in years that we've had suppressed phases of the MJO actually squash thunderstorms, inducing dry air from above. So enhanced MJO basically is just a more easier environment for thunderstorm activity. This is a shear indicator on MJO, and this is basically November 1st down here, end of October. So, you know, it's going to go out with a bang as far as MJO favorable conditions go, whether or not anything develops or not. But because the water's hot, because we have an enhanced signal in the MJO, 2 variables tropics need. And again, the season doesn't end until November 30th. Warm water, all it takes. Usually, you know, there's a few components of storm formation. Of course, shear is another big one. Shear anomalies, believe it or not, are still not that high. I mean, we've got a lot of shear. We get a lot of cold fronts this time of year. But the shear anomalies are actually low. Like here's your Caribbean vertical wind shear, a little below normal right now. Which, you know, we'll see. Tropical Atlantic wind shear down a little bit too. So, you know, there's still things that make you say, Long range tropics hazard or U.S. hazards map. Look, frost freeze coming back. The end of this weekend, the 23rd is what, Sunday, I think? It's Monday. So we got another big area of frost and freeze because we have a big bad cold front coming down this weekend. We're going to talk about. Unfortunately, look at that heavy rain over the weekend. This is probably like Sunday, right? Saturday, Sunday. So we had a cold front coming down, and it's kind of like a little bit of a nor'easter. We're going to have a low pressure whoop down and kind of go up, and it's going to bring heavy rain and possibly some storms to watch Friday. So kind of nasty weather Friday along the East Coast as our low pressure sets up and races off, but brings heavy rain across the New England area. Most everybody's clear by Sunday, but the SPC is now watching this for us in the southeast. So we're going to kind of dive into that here in a little bit. Did I get any, hey, Shelly, did I get any grammar police on my heater post? Thank you, Robin. Because I put lightning. My spell check put lightning in automatically. Because I type about lightning a lot more than lighting. Paul Delgado always tells people lightning, lighting, and lightning. It's 3 different words. Harold, I would love to go to Margaritaville. Maybe this, I don't know. We might do something this weekend. Oh my goodness. Good morning, Miss Candy Knowles. Mary Kara, what's up? Loretta, good morning. Ken, good morning. Late to the party. Trinidad, Lisa, how about that? How's it going down there? Big 5-0 Brandy up. Google Kid Rock 50. That's my theme song today. I'm going to play it all day long. No, it's not G-rated. Warning. Not G-rated. Oh yeah, we can get a little tropics color down here. Doesn't mean anything. Not really seeing any models picking up on anything yet. We're waiting on this to get updated. There'll be a new one of these here today, maybe tomorrow, I don't know. But we'll see what they say about the end of the month tropical chances as we get into November. But with that water hot, it doesn't know that it's going to be November 1st with the water temperatures are above normal. It'll think it's more like September 30th, October 1st. So the water temperatures are tricky for sure. So anyway, all right, let's talk about James Ford beer money. Stacy 40. Looking forward to it. I took Julie to Frenchie's on her 40th and had a little surprise party. It was kind of fun. She found a picture. We had a caricature or whatever you call them things. I always say caricature, but you know what I'm talking about. Cara or something. And he drew it really good, and we got a picture of it, and she found it looking back at some of her mom's stuff, and I thought it was her 50th, and I'm like, 40th? That seemed like yesterday, right? Like that was like 12 years ago? 10, 11 years ago? I'm like, how's that even possible? How the heck does time go by so fast, man? It's unbelievable. Tammy Scala, my Miss Scala. I miss you. I asked Julie if you guys are still in town. I guess not, right? So you're cold up there. Ho, poor me. Barbara, thank you. What's up, Patty, Dustin, Cold, Blue? Hey, you know, today is, I know, right? Emily's a senior starting college next year. Let's look at tropics one more time. I just want to pull up the spaghetti map. If we were to watch any area like we were talking about, it would probably more than likely be the Western Caribbean. That's not where we want to see anything this time of year, but if we were to see anything, it'd be in this area. And if you go to 15 days, you know, we're starting to see a little bit more color down here. Notice nothing's really, a couple of them are, looks like Invest 94, keep on going west, try to redevelop. but we're kind of watching this little spot down here. Not seeing a lot of activity yet, but this only goes out to the end of October. So I'm still very cautious of this area right here because of what we mentioned before. Last night's run, here's yesterday's run too. So, I guess the only interesting thing is the euro. If you notice, the euro's been keeping our Invest 94 really, 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 really weak, and it's making it a little bit farther west. That's why we're getting a couple spaghetti models into the Gulf. That would be the 3 out of 51 chances. But this, still got to watch this area. Nothing's showing up to worry about, but definitely, I'm not saying there's no way the season's over yet. Look at that looking at you. What the hell is that? Now you see it. Let's give him some teeth. What is this guy? I don't even know what that looks like. Does that look like a mouth to you? I don't even know. No, it does not look like a mouth. E.T. Cyclones on the euro. Here's the GFS. Yeah, and you can see toward the end of the month it's starting to show a little bit. So nothing's to worry about, but definitely an area to watch as we move into the end of the month of October. So, and a lot of these things are old fronts. If you look at moisture maps here, very clear as day, we can see what it would look like if we were to get something to develop this time of year. Typically this time of year would be an old front, and here's our front line right now, bringing a lot of heavy rain to Central America. This is this week's front that brought all our cool weather. Now what usually happens is these back up, and they sometimes leave behind some low pressure area down here. So we're going to get into this weekend. There's a front coming down this weekend. You're starting to see this is a precipitation map. So we're definitely getting a dipping front this weekend that's going to come across, and it's going to pull some of this moisture up with it. But sometimes they leave behind a little low pressure area here, and it has some time to fester down there and maybe get going. But this one's not really showing it yet, but that's usually what we watch. You can kind of see a little bit down here hanging around, but nothing to worry about there. Euro shows the same thing going into the weekend. Here's the front. This is currently our front. This is hanging out for a few days, and you can see a little moisture gets pulled up. There's our front coming down, and a little bit, all this stays behind. And this is when you have a little bit of time between fronts, and you get relaxed wind shear sometimes, and that's when these little areas can bubble up and try to get going. And then the next front comes along and lifts it. So, front comes down, leaves behind a low, front goes away, front comes around, then it picks it up, and that's usually what happens. Sometimes we get a tropical wave come across and help plant the seed. You always got little lows. That's Invest 94. But tropical waves are getting a little fewer and far between. There's our big frontal line draping way down towards Belize right now, actually. Can you Belize it? So, it's a skull. 2-story skeletons. Bill, we got one of those. Todd, because I think our next front fizzles out. It's not as big as our last front. Some don't go so far. This all depends on the jet stream and how strong the jet stream dips. So rainfall the next 5 days, look at that, not a lot. This is through Sunday, so even though we got a front coming down this weekend, there's just not a lot of moisture with it. This is all leftover front that gets pulled back up. Heavy rain, Bahamas, but nothing here across the south and the east. This is rainfall through Sunday morning. Not a lot. Anything green is not even a half an inch, so nothing really expected through Sunday morning as far as heavy rains go. 7-day forecast, same. So other than the northeast area, we're going to go into all that. Doesn't look like a lot of rain. Almost no rain in a week in the little white areas down here. Okeechobee north. So Florida's not going to have a lot of rain anywhere. Louisiana, Mississippi, not good for our friends across Mississippi dealing with that salt wedge moving up the river. Not a lot of rain anywhere. So unfortunately, it takes rains all over up here to help the flow down here. And we're not seeing any rain in the next 7 days that would help that salt wedge, which we haven't really looked at in a while, but maybe I should here in a little bit. So 7-day rain is not really good. Not cooking. So let's talk about the Storm Prediction Center talking. So if you follow me, I've been talking. I always look at what's next, and I think I did a TikTok. I do want a TikTok or not? Let me see. I think I talked about maybe what. No, that was last week. Let me see here. If not, I'm gonna do one today. That's kind of what I'm looking at. No, not really. So they're talking now about next Friday, and what they're talking about is deep front, Eastern Gulf, Friday morning. Modest moisture will likely be ahead of it. Across southeast, potentially supporting enough buoyancy for thunderstorms. Vertical shear should be strong enough for some severe potential. But there's uncertainties with timing, so that's why they don't really talk about it yet. So we got a front coming down this week, and it does appear things could get strong possibly in the Gulf. This is kind of what it could look like. Let's take a look at the simulated satellite. I haven't looked at this yet. But here it comes, and it's not very, exciting on this map, but basically you can kind of see the dip here coming. So again, anything in this area, they could be very sporadic, but definitely seeing SPC talk about it now, so we can keep talking about it finally. There's your big dip in the weekend jet. You can see it. This is coming up this week. There it is. Boom, boom. There's our front making it through Friday night. So it looks like it's going to be Friday, the big juice. Some of this juice is actually coming across the Pacific here. Same kind of setup. So as we enter an El Nino winter, we got a strong jet stream pattern in the south here, and it's really picking up a lot of moisture. That's exactly what happened with our big tornado outbreak last week. And the front comes down and brings it to the Eastern Gulf and gives it time to brew. So there we go. We got another one like Monday, but this is the one, we'll just keep an eye on here Friday. Big old dry air over the weekend. Looks like an awesome weekend. Here's Saturday. Brown is dry air. So almost nothing. A little bit of lingering in the northeast, but it still looks like a really awesome weekend ahead. On that. The little more zoomed in look here on the southeast. And we'll see what this one looks like here. This kind of gives you an idea. Our front coming in this is basically Friday morning, a couple days from now. So we'll see how strong it is. It still looks like a Friday deal once it gets in the Gulf here. We'll see if we get a squall line setting up. Now after that, it goes look, so there our line pulls up this old front from the weekend. You can see a lot of this moisture racing out ahead of it. There's our front Friday. But we're going to have a lot of moisture potential as it swings around there, almost like a little nor'easter over Saturday into Sunday. So, pretty much everybody's clear on Saturday north of New England, or north of, what do you call that right there? I don't know. I always say southeast, so northeast, but northeast Saturday, Sunday, but everybody looks really good down here. This is Saturday, so that's that. Just watching for that potential for storms. They're talking about it. Storm Prediction Center is talking about it. We'll see. Some of the vorticity markers, they're not the worst. 500 is a little bit more unstable air. Got a pretty good dip in the jet stream. This is Friday, so anytime you get a big dip in the jet stream, there's a chance for storms. So maybe we go storm chasing again. We'll see tomorrow what they say. Here's Friday. You know, the Euro's not showing anything too bad right now. So there's your front line Friday afternoon. So I'm not going to harp about it too much. Here's Friday night on the GFS. There's our low setting up way up here somewhere. So there's our front. We'll see. We'll see what it does. There's your low setting up. Originally the low plopped out here, but now it's not. So that's why we're not getting any of that severe weather that we saw a couple days ago. But it all depends on this low where it plops out at right here. This is Saturday morning. Low comes out over here a little bit more. We can have more chances for storms as it exits. So we're watching this front. Low plops out here like it did yesterday or the day before. Storms are going to definitely increase into the East Coast if this thing swings out like that. So that's the weather to watch. Cape values are pretty low, RE rigs right now. They're not that high. I was looking at that earlier today too. Not high yet. So, you know, we had a lot more signature for our severe weather we just had. So it's not looking like anything to, you know, sound the alarm on. But the NHC, or they did mention it today. So, you know, nothing over 1,000. Maybe a little over 1,000. Maybe a couple in the 1,000 range. So nothing yet. It would be a skinny squall line with some storms. Anyway, all right, El Nino, hurricane scene or no, Lance? Well, we can look at long range since you asked. So El Nino winters mean a strong jet stream across the Gulf. Usually means strong, severe storms for Florida. Also means more southerly snow. We've already seen a pretty decent snow for the mountains. Even Gatlinburg got some snow. So kind of early, man. Early for Miami to be 50 degrees too. About 2 weeks early on their low temperature today, so kind of a sign of El Nino winter. But the outlook for next year, here it is, February, March, April. So, you know, one thing about the El Nino that we got, they're talking about one of the top 4 ever as far as strong El Nino, as far as that. So it could be a very historical stormy winter outbreak in the South if that is the case. Because every past years that we've had a strong El Nino, there's been severe weather outbreaks. So this is something that we need to really understand, that it could be a lot of storms developing because of that strong jet stream. Strong jet stream, warm Gulf juice is enough sheer instability that you need for strong storms, and especially tornadoes. But as we get into March, June, and July, we're starting to see a little tick back up. So, yeah, you know, it's expected to reduce. So maybe by peak season, it might be back to neutral. Neutral starting to show here for March, June, and July ahead of El Nino. So it looks like El Nino will be actually gone by next year's hurricane season if this trend continues. You know, neutral up, El Nino down, and this is starting to show signs. So we could see La Nina towards the end of the season in the winter possibly, but this could change. But the trend is El Nino down, neutral up for next hurricane season. Since you asked, Lance. So, Jim Major, your kids are named Sean and Tammy. Well, that's once in, well, it'll happen again in 6 years. Guess what? Because if they're insignificant hurricanes or storms, they won't be retired. Sean obviously was insignificant, not your son. Hurricane, or I don't even, was a hurricane, was it? Was a tropical storm? I don't even know. But congratulations for having named tropical kids. But Bonnie wants to know about temps for South Florida for Halloween. Well, the only long range that far would be the GFS. You know, our cold fronts have been on repeat here every 6 to 7 days. So there's a good chance it'd be cool, just because we've been having a lot of cold fronts. So, according to this, not that cool. Maybe, well, it'll change, trust me. But as of now, 72 for a low on Halloween night. 70s for a low across a big chunk of the state. 60s for the Panhandle. So no, not anything groundbreaking. That's because look at this. Halloween day, 88, 86. A little too far to go out with any other models yet, so I wouldn't worry about it too much. But water, that just keeps the hurricane season alive as far as temperatures. We don't, we get back up in the 80s again. That Gulf water isn't going to cool down too quick. Oh, Chris, we have a fan at Lowe's. We love Lowe's because they sell Furman generators. Take a selfie with a Furman generator. Anyway, all right, anything else we can yak about? Skinny squall line. Yes, I might say something I don't mean. Tampa's still low on rain. Yep, we are. And a matter of fact, I think we're still in a drought in Florida and Louisiana and Texas. Big time in Texas. Eastern Texas. Right here, really bad in Louisiana and Mississippi. This is not helping with that salt wedge. So that is not good at all. Huge part of Louisiana is in a drought. And Mississippi. Not good at all. In Florida, believe it or not, the West Coast still dealing with drought. In some of the area, they got hit with Idalia, and our tornadoes are kind of in a drought, which makes no sense, right? It's on average over. Everybody yawn now. That's a huge chunk of red here for Florida West Coast. Isn't that weird? The pattern that we've had all year, pretty much high pressures have been kind of blocking, causing everything to kind of build eastward and just flow that way. So yeah, look at that. Drought still across west central Florida. And that's an anomaly of over, averages. So you can have one or two rain events and make it look like you have a lot of rain, but it's over the average of the month. So one or two rainstorms don't count in the overall monthly total. So, all right, Gregory. Yep, Bradenton's dry. What's your kids going to be for Halloween there, everybody? I got Halloween on our mind in 2 weeks. I was actually looking up on ABC's website today, trying to come up with our yearly shot. I heard there's a s'more whiskey that's supposed to be really good. It tastes like s'mores. So, Greg's going on a cruise for Halloween. Well, heck, man, you should have been on our cruise. We got one coming up in March. Love to have you, man. Anything else? So weather in a nutshell, hey, 3 days of nothing coming up. Enjoy it. Might be a little colder tonight. Here, let's check out the temperatures tonight. In the southeast here, since most people that get excited about temperatures live in the southeast, nobody else really cares. But tonight, lows for tomorrow are almost the same. 40s way down south. 40s in Louisiana. 48 Tallahassee. So these are tonight's temperatures. Might be a little colder for some people tonight. Low 40s dipping down into the middle part of the Panhandle, or upper part of the Panhandle. Still 48 around Ocala and Gainesville. So another night of cool weather. We'll have a slow warm up. Here's Friday. Low temps, but that's because we have a front coming down, and then things try to cool back down again. Not like this one. So it's definitely not a very strong cold front this time around. High temperatures, unfortunately, are going to start creeping back up. Thursday and Friday, we're going to see upper 80s down in South Florida, 80s across middle Florida, middle 80s on Monday, Tuesday. So nothing really else coming. So you better enjoy it. Look at these high temperatures today. 72. We're not going to have 1 to 80 degree day or temperature, it looks like, across. Even Keys are showing a high temperature today of 79. That doesn't happen very often. High temperatures start to creep back up tomorrow, unfortunately, though, if you don't like it. There's middle 80s on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So 15 degrees warmer coming, but that's today. Enjoy. We got wood, Greg. Had a little fire pit last night. Yes. I gotta get lighter fluid. It's hard to start a fire without lighter fluid. So. All right. Well, we rambled enough. We'll keep trucking along tomorrow. Chris said they're sold out of Furman's. Well, that's good news for Furman. James, thank you, buddy. Good. Appreciate that. Yep, just chilling. Nothing really going on. I did get some new lights. Actually, I'm excited. I got some new lights for the front of my truck. I think I'm going to put them on. The little flashing lights, because they've never been in sync. I put these lights in it. They were supposed to be in sync, and they'll start out in sync, and then one gets ahead of the other one. It looks like a NASCAR race. And then all of a sudden they start doing this. And I'm like, come on. And then they catch up, and then they do this, and then they go back out, So these have a sync wire. So I'm excited about that. So I might do that today. All right. Cool. All right. So here we go. We're going to go bye-bye. We'll see everybody tomorrow. Keep up on the weather. Watching Invest 94 close in the Caribbean. Definitely keep watching 94 close in the Caribbean, Northern Caribbean. Some of the models are having an inch really close to you. So keep your eye on that. And we'll see everybody tomorrow. All right. Thanks for all the birthday wishes. You guys are the best. We'll see you. Bye-bye.